In many ways, my film follows the conventions of a typical horror film. One way is the editing style. One editing style that I used, which is very typical of horror films, is going from outside to inside, showing the contrast between the villain and the hero, or showing blackness and whiteness and the contrasting, which is very similar to films like Scream. Another way it's similar is the shot types that are used. There's high angle shots, there's also handheld camera from outside, point of view shots, which are ambiguous, not letting the audience know whether or not there is a potential villain. Another way is the narrative. It follows a quite typical narrative structure of a horror film. There's a girl alone in a house and there's a potential villain outside. The character types are quite stereotypical, I must say, but a lot of horror films are quite similar in these ways, and it seems to be liked. There's a girl alone in a house, she's vulnerable, she's versus the villain, and the titles in my film are also quite typical and follow the conventions, being black and white. Could have potentially used red, would have been also quite typical. What was a bit different and going away from the conventions is I felt the beginning of my film was rather ambiguous and the audience is left not knowing quite what's going to happen next.